So let's begin by settling the body, adopting a stable, comfortable, upright position serviceable for meditation. So we're thinking about keeping our feet flat and our back straight, torso open, hands in the lap right over left with the palms upturned and the thumbs gently touching. Our eyes are gently closed or slightly open, making sure we let in enough light to remain alert. Try to maintain an awareness of not slouching, not leaning. And also let go of any unnecessary tension or rigidity in the body, relaxing into a stable, comfortable, upright position, just allowing the body to fall into place. Then we begin to move the mind inward, away from sights and sounds in the environment, constraining it just to the body and mind. Letting go of thoughts of the past, plans for the future, concentrating our awareness in the present by attending closely to the physical sensation of the air as it moves into and back out of the tip of the nostrils. Noticing quickly when anything other than that one physical sensation is arising in the mind, and then without judgment or frustration, lifting our awareness up from those distractions and placing it gently but firmly again and again on the breath. And then when the mind feels more calm, we'll generate a broad, altruistic motivation for our time, taking a moment to intentionally widen our circle of concern recognizing that up until now, in lifetime after lifetime, our principal concern has been our own self interest, engaging in actions again and again only to satisfy our own desires, our own preferences, which in turn is keeping us trapped in a cycle of suffering. The more that we feed ego grasping, clinging to a separate sense of self that is more important than all others, thinking again and again next time, that will make me happy. But again and again suffering. I think now is the time to move beyond self interest, to reduce our ego grasping, to begin to cherish others, which is the doorway to genuine happiness. I think in order to do that, I myself must transform my mind, must develop new, constructive ways of thinking and acting, must abandon existing familiarity with destructive ways of thinking and acting. When I can transform the mind in this way, naturally, spontaneously, without effort, I will be able to work for the benefit of all sentient beings. So I take that as the purpose of our time, that process of inner transformation. And then today we finished the last two verses of the 8 verses of thought transformation. So, verse 7: in short, I will offer directly and indirectly every benefit and happiness to all beings, my mothers. I will practice in secret, taking upon myself all their harmful actions and suffering. In short, I will offer directly and indirectly every benefit and happiness to all beings, my mothers. I will practice in secret, taking upon myself all their harmful actions and sufferings. So here we dedicate ourselves to the real purpose of our lives, not just simply amassing more and more wealth, greater status, trying to achieve a particular reputation, being held in particular regard or high esteem. Recognizing all of these temporary accomplishments can fall away even within this lifetime, and certainly by the end of it. But focusing on exchanging that self preoccupation with a mind that cherishes others, to find opportunities to benefit those in front of us directly, and to benefit those not necessarily in front of us indirectly through the result of our practice. So think in your own life of the shortcomings of this preoccupation with self, the distance, the competition, the sense of scarcity that arises in the mind when our only interest is our own preferences, interests. Oh, there's always fear in the mind of never amassing enough and losing what one has accumulated. How it gives rise to unrealistic expectations of others. We become fragile, unable to tolerate any disrespect, any lack of kindness, thinking that others are working against our interests. Try to give rise to an insight that this self preoccupation is something to overcome. And then begin to contemplate the benefits, the advantages of adopting the mind that cherishes others, the brave, courageous attitude that brings us closer to others, that's willing to take on their suffering instead of being averse to problems, being willing to adopt them for sentient beings, to experience them on behalf of sentient beings. The brave attitude of the Bodhisattva. Think of all of the incredible benefits that flow from such a mind and aspire to train in that direction. And then verse 8, may all these practices be undefiled by the stains of the 8 worldly concerns, and by perceiving all phenomena as illusory, may I be released from the bondage of attachment. May all these practices be undefiled by the stains of the 8 worldly concerns, and by perceiving all phenomena as illusory, may I be released from the bondage of attachment. So here we are committing ourselves to being vigilant with our practice, not allowing our practice to be under the influence of wanting wealth or status or reputation or comfort, or engaging in the practice out of fear of losing whatever degree of wealth or status, reputation or comfort we may already have achieved, practicing purely, simply for the benefit of sentient beings, not wanting to be seen practicing and be thought of as a practitioner, or wanting to be rewarded, and simply doing it from our hearts. And at the same time, recollecting the Buddha's teachings on wisdom, not giving too much credence to the world of appearance, not assenting to things as they are, to the senses, the view that we have of everything as completely separate from oneself, as existing out there, completely separate from my mind, thinking that some things are in the nature of happiness independently, some things are in the nature of suffering independently, overcoming those false ways of relating through wisdom. So think in your own life of the importance of practicing from your heart and combining it with wisdom, growing in wisdom, and give rise to a strong determination to learn more and more about the teachings on wisdom, and to always maintain that purity of practice, not giving in to the 8 worldly concerns. And then when you're ready, we'll come back together and we'll dedicate. So recollect your altruistic motivation and think that by having engaged in this contemplation, you've actualized that motivation, which has generated positive energy in your mind. And think that you freely offer the fruit of your practice, that positive energy, for the benefit of all sentient beings without exception. Thinking strongly when this positive energy ripens, may it serve as a cause and condition to eliminate war and conflict, poverty, famine, disease, disasters, all painful inner and outer conditions. May it fully ripen the minds of all sentient beings. May they quickly meet perfect teachers and arise in the state of full enlightenment. May I too achieve this state of enlightenment so that I might work for the benefit of sentient beings perfectly. May any obstacles facing the Ven.Losang life be completely dispelled. May I and all sentient beings in this moment come under the joyful care and guidance of enlightened beings. May we be guided and protected until we swiftly achieve that state of enlightenment. Thank you.